Alright, welcome back. Tonight we're going to play some Yoda Red. So if you're new here, what I do is play 10 games straight on Carabas Live. We record the results and evaluate how we go at the end of it. So I'm going to be playing Yoda Red. The list hasn't changed in a couple of weeks. I'm going to see if it still works and hopefully capture some interesting matchups that I can add to the Yoda beating or the Yoda guides against specific decks. I've already got one for Quinlan, so we can play into some CAD and maybe some control, even some aggro. We'll get some of those games on stream so that I can review them as part of that video. All right, so the link is in the description. I'll put the link in the chat as well. And let's jump into some games with Yoda Red. So looking at the results from PQs this weekend, Yoda Red did not win a PQ, but there was plenty of showings in the top 8. All right, so we've got Tarkin Town. So this is not a great matchup because this is a predominantly space deck. We're playing a predominantly ground deck, so it's a bit better in game 2, but still a rough matchup. And when I say game 2, it's because all of our anti-space is in the sideboard, like bombing runs and that. So we need a first turn play. We've got 2 open fires, which we want to keep. Now it's like, do we keep the Luke or the Kiadi Mundi here? I don't think we need. I actually don't think we'll actually even get to Luke at all. We might get a your money hope, but we've actually got no activators. But let's see how we go. So for us, we're going to try and remove as much stuff as we can. So his Han flip turn is not the most impactful. Okay, we don't need a saber. If I had a heroic force unit, yes, that might be good to keep the saber, but we don't. Isn't this supposed to be a CAD masterclass? So everyone knows how to beat CAD after the weekend, Mitchell. So I don't know if we even need to explain that. CAD's win rate was at the Adelaide PQ was not great. Let's draw. All right, Yaddle, we'll put that on bottom. We can attach with the Night Sister. Let's make sure we get the Force. And then next turn we can. Okay, so he's going to Han Solo. So that's a difficult one for us to handle. It's a 4-6. So we kind of need to force throw it. So I think we're going to force throw the Luke here. That'll be 1. And then we can remove whatever else. So let's go with that. So we're in a pretty good position here. You discard. And we'll draw a card. So yeah, I'm hopefully capturing some CAD games because I need. All right, we can kill the Falcon here too. I need some games on stream. When I reviewed them, there was only 2 games that I played CAD on stream, and one was from a very long time ago when I had much different cards in the deck. Like I had Jedi in hiding in that, and I was like, oh, that's not a good one to demonstrate. All right, constructed saber. Still don't particularly need that. This is not the greatest hand here. But we've got a Yaddle and Owen. He won't play anything on ground, unfortunately. All right, so let's play an Owen here. Okay, Yaddle. All right, so what we want here is, he puts Han in there. What we want is a Rivals if we can. All right, so Rivals would be great. It's not a Rivals. So what we can do is We can't fell it because it's a leader unit now. But what we can do is put the saber on Yaddle here. Wow, that's not what we wanted to see. It's going to hit for 10 a turn, and we're like, we need to get a... we're going to run out of turns here if we don't get a Rivals 4. That's why I upped him in this deck as well. All right, we'll push. We're going to have 8 plus Yoda damage-wise here. So we could also pick Lethal up here if... Did not get it. We could also pick Lethal up here if we get a Saber. All right, do I flip here? Do I hit with the Owen? Because I kind of want Yaddle to restore while Yoda's out. It's really put us in a tough spot here. We'll hit with Yaddle. Restore 3. Restore 3. So we're still out of range for that 10. GM Homestead, how's it going? Got another top 8 bounced out immediately, unfortunately. Probably my last tournament. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I saw there was a few top 8s. I myself was in a PQ in Adelaide. I played Yoda on the Sunday. I went 3-2-1, but I would have went 4-1-1 and hit the top cut, but I conceded to a teammate who was on CAD. So it yeah, I was one game out, and the only game I lost all day was against Vader Blue, and I had a draw against a Thrawn ECL where we run out of time, unfortunately. So I've got another one in 2 weeks, but I've just got to decide what I'm going to run. I think Yoda's in a good position. It's just the Vader Blue was not a good matchup for me. And unfortunately, the Thrawn ECL was just like back and forth, just Vadering everyone. Like it was, yeah. All right, so we hit here. He has to claim here. And we've yet to play anything. All right, so he claims. So I think we just your money hope here. Because he has got us. Like, he's got 10. Yeah. Scouty Monday. Let's trigger that. Once again, it's not enough. I think we're going to be 1 out. We can hit base for 2. So I think what we do here is force throw ourselves. We force throw to hit Owen Lars, and then we hope to hit a Ray. I think we've got 2 Rays. Yes, there's only 1 left in the deck. It's force throw, you discard, play Yoda. I'll hit Owen. Fingers crossed we hit a Ray here. And we hit a Ray. So you got to play to outs, and that's it. Let's just play to outs. Too easy. He's got to be mad at that. The odds that were going to happen was not high. Yes, GM Home says he's least satisfied with 50 points. Yeah, 50 points this early in set 1, providing 1 or 2 decks don't dominate completely everything next 2 sets. You should be fine trying to get to 50. It's not luck, Mitchell. It's That is a skill play. You got to play the outs. I've got two rivals in there. I didn't see any rivals, and yeah, that's how you win. All right, I think I'll clip that one. That might be one of my first clips. That play.
Hello there.
But yeah, 50 points is a good effort. Set one. I mean, uh, yeah, set one of the new season. And then yeah, that last game is probably a good explanation of why I like to play Yoda. Play Flip 7, exactly. Flip 7 is we had some good games of Flip 7 for the viewers there during the while we're at the PQ. All right, we don't need the saber. We need the ray. Sometimes I regret cycling the ray down, but hopefully we're going to draw one. I'd rather just try and go as much draw here against more. Unfortunately, he's going to attack and keep us off the force. Flip ray, new version of the game. Exactly, that's it. Now, and that's why I kind of regret ditching Ray there, because we've hit the X-Wing now, and we could have put Ray on top, and then that would have killed the Acolyte there. Oh. Well, I'll just draw it off the top anyway. I'll just draw it off the top like it's... I had a few games on the weekend like this where it was insane. I'll put Ray on top. So we're going to be able to do another 2 damage to whatever he plays here. Well, that's potentially not one that we want to damage, right? We don't want to damage Ogdo Bogdo. We want him to use the Force to do that. We'll play out Night Sister Warrior again. All right, so we can claim here now. I do want 2 race. I don't think we don't need Concords at all. So what we can do in this matchup is hit the Ogdo, because it only heals when it attacks and defeats a unit. We're going to be able to put Ray on top and then Ki-Adi-Mundi. If he's got Darth Tyrannus, he won't be able to, like, yeah. So Flopper asked, how was your matchup? So I went 3-2-1, but that was with a concede to a teammate. So it was really 4-1-1, which would have got me in the top cut, but 3-2-1 didn't. So my matchups were, I had an Ahsoka round 1, the CAD round 2, which that was a teammate. I did like beat, but I conceded. Round 3, I had a Quinlan, which wasn't too bad. Round 4, I had something else that I beat. I think it was another CAD. Was either a CAD or Quinlan. And then round 5, I had the Thrawn ECL we drew on stream. And then round 6 was a win and in, and I got paired in a Vader Blue, which was not a nice matchup. Let's put it that way. Okay, well, let's get rid of the Yaddle. Yeah. Yeah, Courtney, we played round 1. Actually, that was a really fun game against Courtney, because what happened was, so she was playing Ahsoka, who was one of her favorite characters, and I play a Secretive Sage out. She plays Artigalia, and I'm like, oh, okay. I had an open fight and I had a constructed saber, and I'm like, I'll play the saber. It's going to give the Sage a Sentinel, and I'm going to be able to trade the shield into Artie. And I did it, and then she played Evidence of the Crime. And Evidence of the Crime allows you to steal the upgrade and put it on her unit. So she took it, put it on Artie, the constructed saber, and then just proceeded to beat me down all game. And so she won the first one. All right, so we'll attack with Ki-Adi here. So that was, and then I was joked that next 2 games, every time I got a saber, I just like resourced it. And the thing about evidence of the crime is it's Ahsoka related, and that was one of the reasons that she put it into the deck, which was quite funny. All right, so a unit hasn't left play here, so I think we just play down 2 Force units, the Yoda and the Secretive Sage. Yeah, that was rough. Yeah, I wouldn't expected it. Yeah, I didn't expected it, but I got taught a lesson. Okay, so we're going to get Force Thrown here. So we give the Sage or the Yaddle here. And you want to give him a 2. Let's go the Yaddle. And we can play the Sage out. Oh, you were next to are you? Yeah, Alvin, you were on Tarkin Town. Yeah, I saw your results. Like, it looked like Cat had a rough day. Well, I was overall had some rough matchups because Chris from Melbourne, he also had like he was on. I think he was on Cat and he went 1-3 and then dropped for the day too. Red Squadron's okay. We probably don't need the second ray here because we've got a few options here. We've got the Force. If he kills Kiadi, we can position Ray and attack again. Oh, you're against Calvin. Are you against Alvin? Oh, so you're the winner. You're on Han too. Because you ended up winning, right? You're the Han 2 that went right all the way through. We'll draw a card here. I think we'll just trade with here while we can. Yeah, so Han 2 Blue 1, it beat Sabine ECL in the final. And yeah, some really interesting matchups. Yeah, congrats, man, on your on the win and that. It was a pretty impressive run. And yeah, it was a really good we could put Ray on top here. It was a really good final series and that. Some good matchups. Yeah, exactly. That's what you need. You need good matchups, a little bit of luck, everything that goes into it. All right, we'll just hit base here. I just want to see what he does. Got a great matchup with Boba. Yeah, I mean, you were pretty much set, I think, if you'd won it through, because Sabine and Boba were playing off in the other top 4 match, and both you had a good matchup against both of them, which is all right. I think we can open fight here, and then we can C-3PO call when he deploys more, because Karis is not going to trigger here. Oh, we got the scimitar too. Right, let's trigger. Yeah, I think I did that the wrong way around. Wow, yeah, we're going to take lots of damage here. So we're going to be able to rivals, and we're going to be able to hit the scimitar, but yeah, I didn't see the scimitar. I should have open fired that. So you're worried game 2 because you didn't see the end, didn't get your end game. But I was lucky she attacked with long pike. Yeah. Once Kylo and that came out, you're okay, I think, too. Yeah, and from reports and that the first game she won pretty easily, but yeah, you're able to like fight it out. We'll get Night Sister here. All right, so we have to rivals them all, and we've just got a scimitar which we should be able to handle, but we will go to 25 here. Yeah, it's well played because that Kylo has got a good matchup in Han. And that when I saw he's paired up, I thought that the yeah, she would be favored, but you know, you're able to pull it out because I mean that deck was designed to beat. We need to put a 4 on, so we'll have to put a Ray on top here. All right, a Malik. All right, so we'll deploy, we'll trigger. All right, so we'll just claim here, and we can just fell the Malik. Yeah, I really like Regional Governor. Like I used to play it so much in Tarkin Town. And if you know all the matchups and you've like, you know exactly what to call. All right, I'll go again. All right, let's see what we get with C-3PO. We call 3 because our deck sort of stacked to 3, so that gives us another draw. So yeah. Yeah, Tivion Cad Tarkin Town. Yeah, it's he was the one that I played earlier on in the day to help him get through. All right, so he's going to try and stop me restoring, so I think we can just fell there. Yeah, he said your deck was a bit more on the control-y side of things because there are some Han players locally, and he normally goes all right against them. But your deck was built a little bit different in that from what he said in that as well, which is good. Because I don't have any problems in his CAD playing this version of Red Blue. Yeah, to name 4 signing which kept your hand alive. Yeah, that was a sick play. And that, yeah, because that Force Lightning for 1 cost. We just loot here, right? Units died. That Force Lightning scales. It's a great answer to. Great answer to Crate Dragon because you're only going to take 1 damage. All right, so we got them all there. Let's move the 2-0. Let's go up again. Yeah, I can remember. I played Sib, one of the sweet races at Worlds. He was like Force Lightning, like Avengers and Devastators, and that when I played against him. And also we played some draft and that with both of them on the first day too. Yeah, I've been getting this connection error a little bit lately on Carabast. You have to wait 20 seconds before connecting in. All right, another space deck. We got lucky on the last space deck, so we'll see how we go. Yeah, the mirror match against James. Yeah. All 3 games were 1 player had 5 units. Yeah. And the other person had 0. So my matchups at Worlds were good. Like I played Iden though, and they were good to day 3 until I hit the Boba Data Vault, the only one left in the field. So that was rough. But other than that, it was really good. I went 6-2 on day 2, so got through to day 3. I lost against a Han 2 blue. That was Michael C. So he made it top 8. And who else? Yeah, and I lost against the Boba and Beta Sabine. So it was pretty good though. It was a good time at Worlds. Got tons of promos and that. So. But yeah, Iden did really well. I hit a few CADs while I was there, and I think I beat 3 Han 2 blues with it. Han 2 green, I got absolutely smash point when I hit that matchup. C-3PO, yeah, I think it's a bit slow here. Right, hits us with the Han. Kind of wish I'd kept the C-3PO now. Because it would have given us at least something to play here. All right, well, he daring raided us. That's interesting. Well, I can fell the dragon now because he daring raided. I am not sure that that's correct. Yeah, let's just put the fell on top. I can Poe, but he'll get an attack in then. So now we can just Your Mighty Hope and kill the black one there. Yeah, I'm not sure that was a correct move by him on that one. Yeah, I remember watching your game against Clint. That was when you went Yaddle, Yoda, and then Chirrut. That's a ton of heal. Yeah, how was my matchup against Sip? Yeah, saw you versus Sip and other great sector and regional players. Yeah, they were tough. Yeah, I played Sandeep as well on the end of day 2. He was on Yoda Red actually, so that was a fun matchup too. Especially with Iden, it was a very like grindy type matchup. Okay, so I can play Poe here, which will put him under a little bit of pressure with the Kaz, and if he can get rid of it, I have got the rivals. Yeah, there were so many great players at Worlds. It was. I'm just going to see what he does here first. Yeah, I think James Zero Limit. He finished 4-2, so he was just bubbled out as well on the day. Okay, so he's run that in. So he's going to Tarkin Town. So I think we can just Poe here, and then we can use the Poe to potentially kill. Oh, we've got a force throw too. Let's put that on bottom. So next turn we can just open up with the rivals here. We'll take the hauler. Yeah, so they were tough, some of the players. Yeah, the good thing about Galactics, I played people from like Italy, from Brazil, from Canada, yeah, all over the place. It was super fun. All right, so my options here is I can pitch, or I can just rivals. I think I'm just going to rivals the hauler here. Yeah, the Team Secret, the Michael C. He was a good player. He opened up against me, Artigalia, Owen both games. So it made it really hard playing Iden into that. All right, so we have got the hauler, but let's Yoda first. We can put the hammerhead on the bottom, I think. Let's play the hauler out. If he claims, we'll attack and also make him discard a card here. But if he plays, we'll just claim so that we can run in and hit the turncoat. Yoda comes out this turn. Okay, so we can just claim. We don't need the Yaddle, I think. I think we'll be fine with heals on this one. All right, so we can hit base now. We can ditch a card to make him discard a card from hand. All right, so this is pretty good for us here. We can set it up with Yoda. We can put Chirrut on top. Deploy Yoda. Ditch Chirrut. We can run in. Restore. Draw some cards. C3PO. And we'll say 3. All right. think this game is over. All right, just reduce the Falcon down. Oh, we could have just attacked then to finish it with Poe. All right, so move to 3-0. Yeah, so my last match on Adelaide to get in, because I conceded to Tivi early on, was the Vader Blue. And then the Thrawn ECL, it's funny, last time I was there, we both had a draw every time we played. He was on Anakin last time, the Thrawn ECL. I think his name was Tommy. Yeah, it's Tommy. And yeah, that's just reminded me coming up with Thrawn there. So let's keep, we've got a Night Sister Warrior. We'll keep the crate. No point going vertical with the sabers because we're playing blue villainy here. Okay, well that's a tough resource. That one, I kind of want to keep the crates for towards the end. We'll get rid of the turret. Hopefully we'll draw something regardless here. Yeah, I drew with Tommy. He was on Thrawn ECL. We just went back. He won the first game. I got Vadered and Anakin like multiple times. And then I won the second game against him. And we drew last time. I was on Ray Data Vault. He was on Anakin Blue last time we played. And yeah, it's good. We always had good matchups. All right, I'm just going to force throw him because I actually want him to kill the warrior if he can. And take a card out of his hand. Not that Thrawn has much trouble with denying cards, just because they got Night Sisters and that they double draw. All right, we'll draw from that. So we're going to be able to draw and then cycle with Yoda. So hopefully we get a 2-drop here. We'll claim initiative, and there's our 2-drop. This time we'll put the crate on the bottom, and we'll put our Yaddle out. Okay. All right. Well, so we still don't have a play here. We'll see what he does. Yeah, it's put us in a rough spot. Well, I think we'll just gamble. Most of our deck is 6 or less. We'll play the Sage. Not ideal. These are the kind of cards we wanted earlier. But you have to be a little bit careful with Thrawn because he will have no glory on those ones. So I don't like playing these ones too often. Base for 2. He's probably going to have a legacy run at some point. Okay. Well, it's not great because it's just going to be able to clear everything here. But we do not have... I probably should have played the Yoda on that one, I think. Yeah, I think we're fine with that still. Like, we just have to prepare for a Sheehan Flurry Yoda here. So we just have to be a little bit careful on that. He's going to pass. So let's just claim. We need the You'll Only Hope here. It's interesting. He had 6 resources and he passed. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure that was correct. We haven't hit a CAD yet. I'm trying to stream so I can hit a CAD. See if I can get some more gameplay. All right, so let's draw the Yoda on bottom. We'll play the Night Sister Warrior. And play the Yoda as well here. We're just trying to get card draw. All right, we'll claim. We could have flipped Yoda, but we're going to lose a lot to this legacy run. Yeah. Right. I want to draw here. And I don't want to give him a target for Vader on the ground. Well, that was the risk. That was kind of the risk that we ran there. Having said that, we can rivals Thrawn. We can also kill this legacy run on our flip. Put Ray on top. So he's only going to be able to trigger it once. In a chronic. And play Yaddle out. So I expect probably a Vader here. Interesting. All right, let's heal first. One thing with the Thrawn, they don't have much heal. All right, so we can... I think we fell the Chimera. Do we force show him here to get rid of the legacy run? Two. Okay, so this way it'll only give him one draw from that. We can play Owen out. All right, Kiadi's a great draw here. We can finally replenish our hand a little bit. He has got 8 attack in space. We've got 5 restore, potentially 6 if we attack with Yaddle first, but we'll probably come to the stage where he does have a Vader here. We had the Baddest Batch commentary team for the Adelaide PQ. So if you do want to watch it on replay, all the commentaries there. All right, let's draw up. Okay, Concord. All right, let's call her 3. I'm just hesitant about giving him a target at the moment. So he's claimed initiative. So I think we just pass here. Right, so he's next. What's going to happen now is his next one is going to have ambush, which is, so with the Sage, the next unit you play, so it's likely going to be a Vader. So let's just get our damage in while we can. He'll play a Vader. We can Luke back. Oh, no, it's got the double damage. All right, we could play a Luke and hit the legacy run. I think I like that. Let's just get it out of the way. All right, here's so the power. You can just claim there. We need like a crate dragon or something here. Would be good. We've got a couple of Concords. So we can probably start with a Concord here. All right, another legacy run. Let's draw up. Okay, another Kiadi, which is good. It will be able to clear our board again. But I think I'm fine with that. We'll just draw up. Okay, so we'll trigger here. We'll take out one of the TIE fighters, put 2 on base. That will allow us to use the Yoda ability. And what we can do then is we can play Owen with a Crate Dragon once he takes everything out here. Well, we can use Yoda ability first. We'll put Ray on top. Play Owen. In case he does have a power, and then we'll drop the Crate Dragon. All right, now let's drop the Owen. And the crate. So looking at Sui base, we have seen some more winners, some more Hantus won by the looks of it, some more Quinlans, a lot of red bases or red force winning by the looks of it. Sabine's won. Vader yellow. All right, so he's going to claim because he needs an answer to this crate here. All right, we'll just keep that in hand. Hey Liam, how you going? Just practicing some Yoda Red. I need some footage for some of the other videos on how to beat certain matchups. All right, so we are now at 4-0. I played Poe Data Vault on Saturday Showdown as well. So I've got some ideas for that deck too. Already made some changes. Okay, so this is not a good best of 1 matchup for me until I get some of the bombing runs and that in here, but let's see how we go. Okay. So ideally you want force throws, but their rivals is good. So we'll see how we go. So I'm going to play Night Sister first. If he captures it and that, you can always see 3PO something out. Okay, this is good, the open fire. Because what you can do is you can at least stop them from starting the momentum there. Okay, let's leave Yoda on top. This is going to be hard to deal with, the Phantom, considering I just resourced one of the ways I deal with it, which is the hammerhead. So what we're left with now is trying to do a You're My Only Hope for a Luke, basically. Okay, so what's going to happen, he's going to capture. So let's force throw him first here. All right, so Clone Combat Squadron. Put Yoda on top. That way we call C-3PO. Take the Yoda. And we can also play out the Owen here. Just trying to buy ourselves a little bit of time. The You're My Only Hope is one part of the puzzle to kill this Phantom. All right, well, hit on for 0. Okay, so what do we need? We need a 4. That's a force throw. Force throw is all right. Surprise strike. And this is just what happens with the Vader matchup. Like it's very tough. Now we've got some of the key pieces here. The You're My Only Hope. The problem is I need the Luke to kill the platform. Yeah, it's tough. All right, so we're gonna have to force right here. I think we'll just have to force right him. We're still dead because of the 3. So it's not even enough to kill the Victor leader. We're dead because Vader's just going to be able to go straight out on the lurking tie here. And this is basically just what happened on the weekend. It's such a rough matchup in game 1. Game 2, you can kind of get the bombing runs and that, but yeah, I've kind of at this point where it's like, just avoid the matchup if you can. You don't want to deny, like, the sideboard's got bombing runs, Fang Fighters, Redemption's coming for the crates. The yellow is a bit easier, the blue was a bit more difficult, but yeah, you kind of, the thing where you kind of just have to avoid the matchup. All right, we're getting this connection lost every so often now. So Liam's trying to decide which deck to start working on. Tricky with a limited card base and allergy to meta decks. Yeah, I've been doing a master set since set 1 so that I do have the choice, but I understand there are certain key cards that are fairly expensive as well, like the Poes, the Lukes. Even if you are going a little bit off meta, you still want those cards in. Having said that,
hello there.
Kenny, who took out the New Zealand PQ, he played Wedge. So I played Kenny quite a few times. He used to live in New South Wales, and yeah, he's a really good player. All right, so we'll keep this. We can go Yaddle into the X-Wing Squadron, into Kiadi, and we've also got Poe. We've got the initiative, which is always good in this matchup. Question is, do we keep Rey? I think we do. All right, let's trigger there. Put the other one on Yaddle, and then we'll run in. You might play a missile platform. That's why I sort of had the X-Wing all right there. So we'll claim. Okay, so we don't potentially need that other X-Wing now. Because what we can do is we can run in to the bomber. It's an interesting play now because we're going to be able to stop that. So we'll put Rey on top and we'll go 3PO Yaddle. And that should, yeah, he ran into it. Okay, that is interesting. We'll reveal and draw. We have to damage our own unit. But we want to be able to reveal it, and we want to be able to take the card to our hand. All right, so we don't need a second C-3PO. So I'm expecting the gunship or something like that here. And then Boba Fett deploys straight out to it. We can get Ki-Adi-Mundi, and we are looking for a Rivals 4 or a Luke or something like that. Right, we just have to take that on base, I think. We take one on Yaddle. Let's restore back with Yaddle while we can. Let's see where he flips to. Yep. So we've got a couple of options here. We can Poe out, but then if he has a barrage, it just blows us out completely. We can put Rey on and Ki-Adi-Mundi, do 2 damage to it, 2 to base. Or if we just play Poe, he kind of has to claim, right? Let's just play Poe straight out. All right, so he claims initiative. We can cycle. We'll put the Sage on the bottom. And then we'll pass. Okay, force throw is good. I think we'll just take it all on Poe there. All right, so we'll attack. We'll discard something. We'll discard the Night Sister Warrior to defeat and upgrade. Nothing's died yet. Let's force throw our opponent. I discard here. What does he discard? I think our opponent discards here. That's a 3. Means if something dies here, we can get rid of that fire spray. So I think we run into the Technician. We can then draw. We'll put Ray on the top. Play Kiadi. Do 2 to the fire spray and 2 to base. Now, he'll most likely have a Devastator here. Put Ray on into the row. Yep. I don't know what we've pulled, but we're going to need an 8 here. Right, so let's... I think we kill the Technician just to save us a bit of life here. Okay, Bomber. All right. So we're going to need something to take care of this Devastator. All right, so we got a fell, so we're happy with that. We can put Ray on top. Now let's put Your Mighty Hope on top to kill the Bomber. We can flip Yoda out, fell, and Constructed Saber. All right, so we can fell the Devastator, Constructed Saber Yoda. So it will start restoring for 4. And that should be the end of the game, I'd say, on that one. All right, another Devastator. So we'll hit again for 6, restore 4. We'll Kiadi Mundi to draw up, and then we can just throw our own Hammerhead to do 6 damage to the Devastator. Play the Sage out. And that should be it for that match. It's not a bad matchup for Yoda, the Boba Data Vaults. We've gone through 2 crates, 2 Devastators, and just all the regular stuff there. And here's the 3rd Devastator. Base for 6, and then run in with the Sage. All right, so we moved to 5-1. Our only loss being our Nemesis, Vader. Jump the Lightspeed Vader. Oh, connection lost again. Is anyone else getting these errors on Carabas, or is it just me? Does he have to wait like 20 seconds now? So yeah, the list here is unchanged. It's in the description of the video. I think it's fairly solid. The bombing runs are okay against the Vader Yellows, but Vader Blue, it wasn't that effective. Some people are running grenade strikes rather than the bombing runs. That might be worth testing out at some point. All right, let's see if we can get a match now. Okay, so Fasma Green. Yeah, so that's the connection. Yeah, I know you mentioned it the other night, Liam. And I only just started getting it, like... Right, we'll keep this, and I only just started getting it today when I come back today, back home from Adelaide, and I've been getting it all the time. Saw a Cad Blue one, which is interesting as well. All right, let's just go Yaddle, get some Restore online. We'll pass. Yaddle's an easy one to resource there. We can go Night Sister Owen this turn, and then Kiadi Mundi the turn after. All right, so Yaddle will run in. Tried playing a little bit of Ray again today. It's still, it's a rough in the red-blue matchups. The Ray Data Vault. It's tough work. We can play an Owen out here. Then we can claim. We don't need the Saber in this match. Saber's not bad. All right, let's draw. You can potentially get a Ray here if he hits the Owen. So Liam swap back to Petronaki because he keeps getting the Carabast error. Yeah. Right, let's hit base with Yaddle. So this is the Fasma that doesn't have the ECL. Yeah, what's he got there? General Hux. Okay. Right, we can put 2 onto that. Yeah, the Fasma that runs ECL has got plays the Fasma unit and the Fasma leader on the same sort of turn, and it can hit for quite hard. This one is just on the regular base, so not as much to fear on the flip turn. All right, well, we don't need the X-Wing when we've got C-3PO. We'll kill Hux. Restore 1. That'll turn on restore for Kiadi-Mundi. We have got a force throw that we can throw at Fasma when she comes out. All right, so this will get Sentinel. So let's run into that. All right, we've hit a Luke. All right, another Kiadi-Mundi here. Let's just put Kiadi-Mundi on top for now. So in prop play Concord, we can use 3PO to draw a card. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We've got to cheer it now. So I think we just force straight his last card, and then we can drop the Chirrut. It's a 3, so we'll kill this TIE fighter here. We can hit into the Sith Trooper. Still 1 from the Yaddle, and then we can drop the Chirrut down here. Okay, so let's claim. We're still waiting for Yoda to hit the second PQ in. I've noticed there's quite a few top 8s this week, but none of them got through to the champion. So hopefully next week we might see another Yoda there. I think the one thing with Yoda, it's a super fun deck. So doesn't matter if you're winning or losing, you're probably still having a good time. So let's force throw. He's only got 1 card in hand. We'll take that option away from him. So we'll put that on the Fasma there. So Ray Colossus, double blue. Yeah, it's tough. Like with the whole spread of the different matchups and that, like if you're playing Ray Blue, come up against control or something, it can be tough. All right, let's kill Fasma. That's what I found with double blue. You got to mill them out, but even then, it's rough. Let's put on something that we can draw, because double blue hasn't got any big finishes. You kind of have to go like off spec off aspects crates, which is what I used to do with Iden Double Blue. I would have it off aspect crates, like 2 of them, and that because otherwise the game's going for too long, and that as well, and your risk of draws. And I won quite a few showdowns with that deck. It's not as good this meta though in this type. The Kiadi-Mundis and that have given too much value to the blue reds and the hand tape that yeah, it's not as good as it once was. And they haven't printed many more double blue cards that are worth it. Like Vigilance was set 1. What have we had since then? Like Finn. This one was like the size doesn't matter. One, it's okay, but it's not on the same level as Vigilance. So we can see how many are out of the top 8 out of all the PQs were playing double aspect. I think not many. And then if you go way back to the earlier sets, set 1 and set 2, like there was, Boba Yellow, there was all those kind of decks, white and blue, they've all gone away. What's the new one? They printed the Zuckus, the double yellow Zuckus. All right, we'll just play it Luke, Yoda. We'll put the Night Sister Warrior on top. We'll call it with C-3PO, we'll say 2. Because he's only got a 1 drop here. Whatever we flip, we'll kill that TIE fighter. So we'll just skip through these quick. Deploy, trigger. Oh, we lost a crate dragon, which would have killed anything, and pass. Yeah, it goes well into aggro. But yeah, double blue has always been good in aggro. First time in a long time not felt terribly bad in a Sabine. But maybe there's a spot under radar for Ray Red. Yeah, so my first big tournament win was Ray Red. Outside of showdowns, I won a few showdowns set 1, but set 2 was the first big tournament. This was before PQs. So Robert Onyx ran a 56-player tournament at Canberra. I took Ray Red to that one and was able to win that one. It was a super fun tournament, that one. Like
Hello there.
Had a super lucky run and just fought heaps of Boba Yellows. And actually the final was Ray Yellow versus Ray Red, which was pretty cool. That's a shame that we did not have first turn play there, because that's pretty good for this matchup. All right, so Yaddle, we want to keep the Ray because we want to get as much value as we can. And this is probably not one that we yield money hope on, I'd say. Okay, the Warrior. All right, he's going to play Grogu. So we'll run into the Grogu, turn our Force on. Play the Sage. He's actually playing a Force space, you can see here. So this is, this is Heiko. So he's active on the K2OD Discord. For this deck. Okay, so let's run into Grogu there. Give us an opportunity to set Ray up, but I think I'll still Kiadi-Mundi here. We will draw. Put the Sage on the bottom. So you can hand hate this deck as well. All right, he's going to flip. You can hand hate this deck. That's one thing that you can do. I think we kill Grogu here first. Kill Grogu. we want his tech to go as well. So Bronze Yon Royce says, I have a double yellow Asajj deck that's super fun. Yeah, it is aggressive, that deck. and it's carried by cunning. And that's what I was saying. Like, cunning was set 1, vigilance was set 1. Where are the double aspect cards that are being printed to make you play double aspect? If I look at SWU base and look at the base combinations, how many in PQs, in top 8s, were running that? Not many. We're running double aspect. So, okay, so let's put Ray on top. Right, so we're going to be able to kill the Yoda here. Reveal and draw that. We'll trigger it. Do it to Yoda. He'll be able to draw a card, but I think we're going to be able to like force throw him here. Let's discard some cards from him. This is also a matchup that's really good for we'll put another warrior. Really good for the second game because you're it's good for the second game because you're bringing things like pillages and that into this. He's been able to get a tech out, which has kind of stopped the hand hate a little bit. Okay, so he will flip this turn as well. So we probably need to kill that. Let's kill that tech. All right, so he's done that now. So we need to kill this clone trooper. So he's doesn't have anything to sacrifice. Let's draw. Well, we got the ray there. So let's put the other ray on top. We'll trigger that. So kill the clone trooper and go Undercity, and then we can run the Night Sister Warrior in and take out the Tyrannus as well. Shadow's Kyler is the most viable. Yeah, it is Super Glass Cannon. Yeah, that deck. All right, so we'll run into there. We can trigger again. We can hit into base. All right, so we don't need the second ray now. So I think we only damage. I think we've done 2 ray triggers and the. All right, so he's taken out that. What's the play here? He's going to flip, and then he's likely got a super laser blast here. But I don't know if there's anything we can sort of do to get around that. Let's get in there and push the damage. I think we're going to get blasted here. Yep, so we got super laser blasted. So now what we can do is draw some cards. Have to be careful we don't get milled out here. So we want to force throw our opponent here. so that he can be stuck on the white. So he got his force throw. There's another force throw as well. All right, so we are still looking for our crates and that here. I don't think this deck runs Vigilance, but I could be wrong. All right, well, let's push some damage. I think this one here, if you look on Sui Competitive, it recently finished quite high. So we can go 3PO into Luke here. So we can put Rey on top. We can call 5. And we can Luke the Anakin. Still no crates. Okay, so again, I think we fell the Vader. We'll draw. Put Rey on top. And again, Kiadi Mundi. Kill the clone trooper. And also play an Owen here. Again, no crates. Where are our crates? Let's play out a Chirrut. He will have Anakin's, but he can only kill like one thing here. Yeah. All right, again, we'll go on here and put Rey on top. Trying to get as much chip damage as we can here. Question is, do we force throw or do we Yoda here? Let's make him discard. We've drawn heaps more cards. Like we've been unlucky because we haven't hit those crates. But they're coming now, finally. He might play an Avenger here. If he does, we can sack one of these cards and drop the crate. Smoke and Cinders. Yeah, if there's a meta where like something like a Boss Blue or whatever, and they draw tons of cards, Smoke and Cinders is good. Otherwise, just play Pillage. Like, it's obviously Smoke and Cinders, but it would cut my hand down as well. Pillage is enough. Okay, so I think we just play Crate here. Now we can draw. Let's put Yoda on the bottom. Hit his base for 1 and restore 2. And Flurry's going to come in. So do I just drop another crate here? Run that one in. Draw the ray. Trigger it. And I'll play another Owen out. So he's 2 off. Again, you can see in this matchup how much damage that ray has done. It's the same in the Iden control matchup. You need to get a lot of value out of ray to win this kind of matchup. It's a lot harder for some of the other red-blue decks that don't have ray. If your opponent can keep you off the force and keep just removing all your stuff, but if you can get all that chip ray damage out, all right. Okay, well, we got it. A long game, 7-1 now. I only lost to our nemesis, the Vader, from Jump the Light Speed. Here's our connection error again. Maybe I should just hit requeue when I do it. Forced Surrender is a pet favorite of Liam's. Yeah, Forced Surrender, I can remember playing that sometime in set 1 in the Chirrut Blue, the red-blue Chirrut deck, or Chirrut Red, and you would bring that in from the sideboard. So you would only have 4 strays. This was before pillage, and yeah, you could attack like the blue-green villainy with that card. All right, let's see if it allows us to join. No, errors again.
Hello there.
Okay. All right, so now we've got Kira ECL. Similar matchup. Vader's going to be a problem. So let's see how we go in this one. Okay, that's fine. We've got our Night Sister. He'll have initiative, so we might not, we might not be able to get the force, but we'll see how we go. Lightsaber's no good. Chirrut we can get rid of, I think. So initiative matters a lot in these matchups. Would have been nice if that was a Sage. He's got a Pershing, so we'll see if he draws first or keeps us off the force. I kind of want to keep that crate and the Lukes. That's unfortunate. That's what we drew there. Poe's not as good because it's quite easily removed. It'd be interesting if he plays power or yeah, no, he doesn't. So let's get our damage in while we can and turn the force unit on, the force token. Okay, let's play the Night Sister Warrior. Owen is good. Is it better than Poe? Okay, so he ran in and took out our Night Sister. Let's kill the Pershing so he doesn't get a draw. We can still do the Yoda trigger here. We're trying to draw options in our hand for this matchup. We want open fire. We want something to deal with Vader. The open fire is for Kira. Okay, a Tarantic comes in now. Takes out our Night Sister Warrior, so we can trigger. It's really good for us, this, because this triggers here. We're able to put it on top. We'll put the Ray back on top. So he's going to have to flip Kira, or I'm going to kill this. Yeah, so he realized that that's what was going to happen. All right, let's trigger. We'll do 2 to the Tarantic and 2 to base. And that kind of puts him in a tough spot here now. Does he trade? Does he claim and then ECL something in? All right, well, he claims and it puts that, we're in a good position now after that. Actually, not a huge fan of Chirrut sort of in this spot. But rather the draw with the X-Wing and the Owen. We're going to be able to hammerhead the Tarantic here. How do you say it? Tarantatic. Oh, we're not. We'll play the Owen. We'll see if he kills it. I thought I was at 6. So I probably should have went the other way. Pass, see what he does. We're fine if he claims. Gets us another turn closer to the Yoda deploy. Yep. Right, now we can draw. All right, he's going to resupply, so I think we just claim here. Now, what are our options? We've got a huge rebellious hammerhead here. We might want to save. Because we don't want to just hammerhead this Tarantic because he'll just run Vader in and kill the Owen and the... so I think we just open fire on that one. We're going not too bad tonight. We've only lost to the Vader, which is almost come to be expected now. At least in best of 1. Best of 3 against the yellow, I think got a chance with the bombing runs and a few other things, but it's still a rough matchup. Okay, so we can draw. We can put Ray on top there. He's probably got a Power of the Dark Side at some point here as well. Owen is such a crazy card. Because I'm going to kill the Inferno here. And then next turn I can hammerhead that Vader. Yeah. So we had two in the barrel loaded there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 8 cards, so we're going to be able to hammerhead the Vader next turn. It's also Yoda flip. All right, so let's just claim. We'll know if he has the Vader here. All right, so let's hammerhead the. When I say the Vader, I mean the new Vader, the one from. What set is it? The latest set, Legends of the Force, which is one of the reasons you would run ECL in this kind of deck. You could also have an Avenger. Right on top. If he plays an Avenger, I'm just going to claim, yeah. I'm just going to claim and fell. So we'll be 8. Yeah, I think fell is the better option there. Let's put Ray back on top. And then we can drop a Yoda. So if he runs into it, yeah, we get to draw it. Do some damage. If he passes here, we just claim. Right, hits the Vader down. Right, we'll trigger it. Go there and then base. We'll now flip. We've got to try and get a 3 if we can. We did get a 3. We got a Luke. Take out the shielded one. And we'll run into the Vader there. Claim. Probably your money hope here. Could be ECL time. Just don't want to see Annihilator. Annihilator is probably the one we don't want to see. Not on Yoda, the leader Yoda, it's fine, but on the others, yeah. Got plenty of removal. He doesn't have many cards, but he does have Pershing out. I'm trying to put him in an awkward position here and burn that ECL if we can. We've yet to hit a CAD tonight. We've been waiting for a CAD. Yep, here we go. He's going to use ECL and run Invader here. So we're going to be able to Luke back out. But what we want to do first is play Yaddle to protect against Power of the Dark Side. And then we can drop the Luke. He will get a draw with Pershing. We're going to burn some of his removal now. We're going to also try and get some chip damage with Ray. He's going to have limited heals. He's got reinforcement walkers. Liam says, any card mechanic or interactions from other games you played that you'd like to see in SWU? Well, the one I played directly before this for quite a number of years was Hearthstone. Hearthstone had a lot of different mechanics because it was a virtual card game, a digital one. So it could do things like randomize, like I'm going to play this this card and it's going to cast 10 random spells. That's a lot harder in this kind of game. One thing we were talking about was that I hope they redo Coordinate, because at the moment Coordinate is fixed at 3. What they need to do is have, instead of Coordinate, that it should have had been Coordinate number. So it should have said Coordinate 2, and that means if you've got 2 units on the board, then it turns on. Or Coordinate 5 would mean you got 5 units. So I'm hoping they redo Coordinate so that it's a lot more flexible than what it was, and not just tied into the 6 like it was, if that makes sense. So I think that's an area. I do really like the Disclose one that's in the next set. That's why I think Padme, as long as it gets support, will be one of my favorite leaders. Padme was one of my favorite leaders in the previous set as well. So, and that was more for the meme potential anyway. I like playing her in drafts quite a bit. All right, I am just. Do I drop a crate here? No, I think I cycle for now. Yeah, that's really good. Put that on top. Again, trying to get this little chip damage. I'll play the Squadron. I'll trigger, kill the Inferno, put the damage on base. He's now at 10. So yeah, variable coordinate. I'm just thinking what else from Hearthstone was sort of interesting mechanics. They had the quests. The quests, I don't know how it would work in here, but like an objective type thing. So do these sets of objectives, and then you get this sort of elevated, like, next level leader. That would be cool. So like you'd have your leader, and then if you, I don't know, kill 10 units or something like that, it flips to a different mode. Something like that would be cool. But I think they've done a great job so far. I just think that the only one that sort of missed was the you can have the X-Wing. All right, so I think we can fell the Avenger. Yeah, I think Coordinate was a miss. Exploit was done how I kind of said that Coordinate should have been done. So it was kind of weird that Coordinate did not have the number after it. I think graveyard mechanics are potentially an issue. So I don't know if they should keep going down that path too much anyway. Smuggle's interesting as well. Like, Smuggle's successful, but it can be difficult to balance. Like, I don't think many people are going to be sad to see Hotshot Blaster go and Cassian. But having said that, I think the things like Tech and that are cool. You know, Tech was cool. I also think things like Surprise Strike, we might not see a pump of 3 anymore. All right, so he's going to run in, do a whole bunch of damage here. All right, so we can just play Luke back out. We can then force straight him and put Rey on top as well. So if it doesn't kill, Yoda can run in. It could make a Death Star base. It starts under construction, and once you complete objectives. Yeah, so from what I remember playing... all right, let's force throw. From what I remember playing Star Wars CCG, they had a similar things. They had like you could win the game by blowing up the Death Star, which was a whole bunch of set objectives along the way. So they could go down that path, and Hearthstone had them in the sense of quests, but you actually started the game with quests. So part of the issue that Hearthstone had was that some of them were so good that if you played those colors, that's all you ever did was just play that quest. And it kind of, all that color ended up being the same, the Warlock quest. So Liam says, my friends and I were talking about having Force Ghost version of Anakin Obi. Yeah, the special effects if the non-Ghost version of the unit died that phase. That would be cool. A Force Ghost one. I think Homeworlds next year is going to have Ewoks and Gungans and things like that. It's going to be a tribal set. Okay, so he's going to shield it. I think I dropped the crate here. I am looking forward to the tribal set. We'll hit in here. We'll rotate. Let's put that ray on bottom, and then pass. Gungan Underwater City will be a base in Homeworlds. Yeah. Hi Moses, playing the ever reliable Yoda. Yeah, we're trying to get some more games on our belt so I can finish out these How to Beat series. So I'm trying to get more CAD games, more control games like this. So that's what we're doing tonight. There's no changes to the deck list. It's exactly the same. I had a PQ on the weekend. I actually took it. I went 3-2-1. I lost only one game. The other one I conceded. So one of those ones was conceding to a teammate. So I would have made the top 8 had I not conceded. So my losses were to my loss was to a Vader blue, the pilot one, and I had a draw against a Thrawn ECL. So it's a close one. All right, so I think we just drop down another crate here. So yes, we're still on the ever reliable Yoda, and I think it's also one of the most fun decks to play in the meta is Yoda. Lots of stuff going on. All right, let's done. Okay, so Jeff says that they need to increase the card power in the next few sets to make up for rotation. I think set 7 is going to be quite a powerful set. All right, so we're taking care of Kira there, and it's for that reason as well. Like they're going to be losing a lot of powerful cards that were particularly in set 1 and set 2. All right, we're on our last game.
Hello there.
But that Death Star base is interesting. The Force Ghost version is interesting. You've already seen what they've did with Chancellor Pal, so it's really more of an extension on that. All right, Saber. Okay, the Luke is good. X-Wing is good just to interact up there too. And then so is a C-3PO. They're all... The Amped Fire is really good for the fire spray. All right, I think in this matchup we want to be up in space if we can. Let's give this a go. All right, so let's claim. What do we get? We got Force Throw. All right. One thing I've learned is you need to kill this HK because the HK can do so much chip damage over the period of a game. Hopefully he doesn't kill this. We can get on the Force. If not, we've made a big mistake. Oh, that was a a very weak turn by our opponent there. Yoda was good, but like I want to see I want to see open fire. I want to see Your Only Hope, especially, would be quite good. Another Luke. Do we need two? Probably not. Moses says, nice trying to help out teammates. It's up to them to lift their game. Can't be flying alone to Vegas. Exactly. All right, we'll take that. And 3 teammates made it into the top 8, which is they all got points along the way. Unfortunately, just missed out on the final. One of them was in the final on Sabine Clint. He just missed out. But he's got a healthy load of points now as well. Nothing died. All right, we have a lot of ammo now. Okay. So we're going to take some damage here. We've drawn a ray. All right, so 2 to the 5 spray. So it's pumped up by 2, so it's only got 2 left. So let's Yoda ability again. Put ray on the bottom this time because we're going to go Yaddle and then force throw our opponent. He's going to take us to 11 though, which is rough, but would have been nice to have a fell. If we had a fell there, it would have been rough for our opponent. All right, so force throw, opponent discards 1. Well, we've got the double. So Liam says, don't want especially want things to be quite as powerful. I don't think it'll be quite as powerful, and I think they've learned from some of the mistakes to spread the power out. I don't think we'll see a Luke unit like we've seen again for quite a while. Right, so Fell is good. So there's the Concords. Do we need Ray anymore, or do we need Crate? Not really anything to draw the Ray. The Ray with though. All right, so open fire straight away on our unit. Put Ray on top. We'll just go Concord and then Night Sister Warrior. You might put Boba on the ground here. If that's the case, next turn we can run the Night Sister Warrior into Boba. And then Luke. But yeah, we will take a bit of damage along the way here. Won't need the Ray anymore now. Yeah, Anakin is the Luke replacement. That's true. All right, so what has he got for us here? What's happening? Is it frozen up? Carabas died. Might have died here. We're in a good spot there too. Oh. There we go. All right, cancel the attack. I don't know what happened there, but we're back. All right, so... All right, let's just kill the Boba there. It's going to take us 22. We're going to be heal up with Yoda. He may run in here. He passes. So let's claim. I don't know why you would pass there, because you spent nothing on your turn. I don't think passing was correct. Because I will kill your technician. You can Devastator. But then I will Luke back out, and then I've also got Yoda to come out as well. So I do not think that was the correct play that he'd had. He put 5 on Luke. We can Luke him back. We can play Owen, deploy Yoda. So yeah, Anakin feels like the Luke replacement. That's right. Kelleran replaces the home one. Annihilator seems to be Avenger replacement. Yeah, that's true. All right. Put the Sage on bottom. We'll play the Owen out and then just push everything up. So yeah, our opponent should not have passed. When you're on full resources and your opponent has not spent, or has spent all theirs, like, it's a risk passing. All right, so Night Sister, we'll get rid of the open fire here. We've got 7 restore down on the ground. So Nebula Ignition replaces Super Laser Blast, yep. And then Moses says, once Sabine goes after set 6, Clint is going to need to look for a new game to play. Well, we were playing, what was the game? We're playing a game called Flip 7 on Saturday night. He won 3 times in a row at it, so maybe that's his new game. All right, let's just keep pushing. We can get rid of this. We'll use the more expensive one, I think. Not really concerned about anything else. We've got the Fells. Let's keep that. Yeah, Flip 7 is basically a push your luck game where there's like it's 1 to 12. There's so many of each number based on there's 12 12s, 11 11s, and you just keep going. But as soon as you hit a double of one of those numbers, you bust. Pretty fun game. We'll keep us posted on the Flip 7 Galaxy. Yeah, it's Mitchell was into it. He was on earlier. What am I doing? Just play crate here. All right, so there we go. 9-1 with Yoda Red. We did not hit any CADs, which is what I was trying to hit. I was trying to hit a CAD. But we hit plenty of control, which is good. Chancellor Palpatine, Kira, some Boba, a couple of Bobas and that as well. So I think it's still a solid list. It is just a bit weak into like the Vader space type decks, but you know, yeah, you kind of have to be lucky on your round matchups. It's matchup roulette, as we say when you're in the tournaments. So Viking says, Flip 7 is so fun. There's a card game coming in 2026 called Nexus that looks nice too. Yeah, I have so many card games, like 6 Nimit. I like trick-taking games. Like I've got like Seas of Strife, a whole bunch of trick-taking games which are super fun as well. All right, so 9-1. The list is in the description of the video. I'll put it in the chat now. And so that'll do for tonight. I'll be back again tomorrow and probably playing a bit more Yoda Red. But having said that, if there's other decks you want me to play, put them down in the comment of the video. I saw that Beton was on a Dooku over the weekend. That looked pretty fun. Moses said he missed the start of the stream. So I'll give you a quick recap of the last PQ. So the last one, let me get the melee link. I'll just give you a recap. So this was here was won by Han2 Blue, who was Floppo, who was in the chat earlier on. So that was Max Horsey. He took it out with Han 2 Blue. He beat Clint, who was on Sabine ECL. So I was down here at 15. I went 3-2-1. So I played Courtney first on Ahsoka, 2-1. I won that. She played evidence of the crime in game 1, and I could not recover once she took the constructed saber, so that was cool. Tivy, I played, and Tivy won that, but I conceded this game. So like I won it and then conceded because he needs points for Galactics on my team. I don't need points for Galactics, so I conceded that one. Then I was 1-1. I played Aaron from Perth next on Quinlan, Tarkin Town. I won that fairly easily with Yoda. I took Yoda Red against Quinlan. If you want to see how to beat Quinlan, there is a video on the YouTube channel. So let me show you where that is as well. So we load the videos. So if you go to videos, beating Quinlan, follow that guide and you have a good match in a Quinlan, I think. So yes, I won that one. Then I played Boba Data Vault. I won that one 2-0 as well. Very similar to that match that I just played. Then I played Tommy on Thrawn ECL. That one was actually on stream. And we drew. He won the first one, I won the second one, and then we ran out of time. So it was a draw. And then unfortunately, my winning in was against the old nemesis, Darth Vader Blue, or Darth Vader in general, blue or yellow. And Michael won that one 2-0. So unfortunately, if I had won that last one, I was in. But potentially, if I hadn't conceded this one, I would have been in anyway in the top 4. So, but having said that, Tivy did make it into the top 8. So he's on the board with points. Clint's on and CJ's on. So it's looking good for the baddest batch so far to get the majority of people qualified this earlier. So yeah, that was a recap of it. The top 8 was all different decks. I think, yeah, they're all different. I think the most representative was Quinlan and Boba, I think. No, Cad and Quinlan at 4 and 4. So there was a couple of Yodas, myself and one other. But yeah, it's a fun tournament. So Vader Blue. Yeah, if you want to check out Michael's deck list, it was actually pretty good. So it's on here. He played a lot of upgrades as well. So he was going like Inferno 4 into Iden, or he would have like the wing leaders and things like that as well. So it was it's a pretty cool deck. He had the where are they? The wing leaders. He had Victor Leader. Where are they? Yeah, the Wing Victor 2s he had in there, and then the Idens. So it's a pretty cool deck. When is the next team's PQ? It will be in the in 2 weeks' time at Canberra. So we'll go to Canberra down there, and that will be streamed on Onyx. Rob will be streaming that one, and yeah, you'll be able to watch it, and then hopefully the baddest batch will be able to get some more points along the way and get more of us qualified too. So yeah, but yeah, it should be fun. And then there's an event on the Sunday, and that event on the Sunday is a special event run by Onyx, and it is a restricted tournament in the sense that you have to play one of about 6 or 7 leaders. So those leaders, let me get the graphic for it. Those leaders are Holdo, Finn, Von Reg. I'll grab the graphic for it. Open imaging. So here it is here. So this is the Sunday sort of fun event that Rob's putting on. So we're going to play, it's called The Garbage Will Do. So I have to pick from one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, so 7 leaders. And that's all that people are allowed to play. The entire card pool, except for the banned cards, are obviously available. So, and if you're the top player on that leader, you win that showcase as well. So that should be pretty cool. And you can see, look at all the excellent pricing that Rob's also provided in here. We've got these judge cards. We've got these 2 event exclusive mats, and then you've got the Onyx Squadron ring. I have one of these rings from when I've won the Onyx events. So he always puts on a good event. And he's also got a whole bunch of other mats and that as well. If you are interested in mats, you can order them now from Quokka. So Quokka is an Australian company that's got mats. So you can see here are I'll put this link in the description, in the chat. So here are some of the mats and that here. So the one I'm thinking, these are the ones you can order online. He's got a whole bunch of other ones that are different to these as well, because I do have a Yoda one that's different, but I'm thinking about ordering this one here, the Yoda one there for playing. And I also like this one here, the Ray Red. I think is cool. It kind of suits the leaders that I play, which are Ray and Yoda, basically. But you can see there's a nice Kylo one, nice Anakin, Vader. They're all pretty cool. Yeah, but check that out, and yeah, check those streams out in 2 weekends time. So not this weekend, the weekend after, and then 2 weeks after that we'll be in Perth, and we will be traveling. So a lot of the New South Wales players will be traveling to Perth, and we're going to have the PQ over there, and we're also going to have a 3v3 special event. So a team-based event. We'll be playing. So the rules will come out for that, but it'll be kind of like a shared card pool around in the team. So that should be pretty cool as well. So, all right. Well, yeah, Quokka is really good, Liam. Yeah, Perth raid. Yeah, is what Mitchell's saying. So it should be fun over there. It'd be Mitchell will be able to take Rose over because he's given up on CAD now. He's seen the results on the weekend and going to play some Rose Yellow. So that's a deck that we should be working on. So yeah, Globetrotters, exactly. Yeah, I'm lucky I have a lot of points on my card at the moment, and that helps subsidise that Perth trip because it is a fair distance to go, and that so be a one-off, but it should be fun over there. The Perth guys came over in set, I think last set or the set before. Yeah, I think last set. So yeah, Mitchell's never going to give up on CAD. Yeah, well, if you lose to Clint, maybe you'd have to give up on CAD. So all right then. Well, I will jump off now, and I'll be back tomorrow night, and we'll probably play some more Yoda because I need some more live stream games for those other videos. All right, well, I'll catch everyone later, and yeah, have a good one.